So, you're having a good time, I take it. I can tell they're a great audience. You know, I haven't seen a crowd this exuberant since the opening of Trader Joe's. Like Stu said, I was on the Tonight Show many times. I remember the first time I was on the show, I was 27 years old, and you wouldn't believe it. It was so surreal. I can't even really explain what it's like, but, the people in the audience, the 6 million people at home, and it went great, and I look over, and Johnny's calling me over to the couch. Remember when that was a big deal? And I'm walking over to the couch, and I'm thinking to myself, the only thing better than this is if someday I could be at Valencia Lakes. So I went from Hollywood and the Tonight Show to Boynton Beach and Tonight Show. But this is not the only exotic place that I've worked. I've worked all over the world. I've worked in Europe with no speed limits and the drivers are crazy, and I've worked in South America where there's no traffic lights and the drivers are nuts, and then I came to Florida. Here's the question, do you have to take a test for your driver's license? Or do they just give you one? Because here's what I don't get about the drivers in South Florida. They'll be doing 30 miles an hour in the fast lane on I-95, but they go in 90 when they crash through the window of a bagel shop. Here's another question. Why is the parking lot at the Boys Market smaller than the store? I can tell the age of a driver on the interstate by how many miles an hour under the speed limit they're going. If they're going 55, they're 75. If they're going 45, they're 85. Doing 35, they're deceased. You know when you get behind somebody and their blinkers on constantly? You know why that is? It's connected to their heart monitor. The weather out here is unpredictable too. I never realized, right? It could be a beautiful day, the sun is out, the sky is blue. You walk into Publix. Come out 6 minutes later. It's a hurricane, the parking lot's flooded. You're wearing sandals and your umbrella's in the trunk. But I admire you folks. I admire all Floridians and people that live here because they stay active, they stay fit, they stay healthy. In fact, looking at this crowd, it's clear there are some exceptions, but... I wanted to be a baseball player when I was little, so I was intrigued when I found out they have senior softball leagues here. Do they have that here? I don't know if they have that. Senior softball leagues. I said, wow, I got to go to a game. So I went to a senior softball game, and it was phenomenal. I saw a home run on a bunt. Here's what happened. The batter bunted the ball, the pitcher ran in to get it, his knee gave out. The catcher ran out, he wrenched his back. The first baseman ran in, he didn't remember why. The shortstop had to run to the bathroom. The third baseman was taking a pill. And the outfielders didn't even know the game had started. By the time they retrieved the ball, the batter was back in the dugout. No handshakes from his teammates, they'd all fallen asleep. I just got back from California. My folks live in California. Really, my Jewish parents live in California, and I live in Florida. You know what? They never call, they never visit. Just celebrated their 68th wedding anniversary. Isn't that amazing? 68 years. Never had a fight. Haven't spoken in 67 years. They're in their 90s. Their doctor told them to get one of those life alerts, you wear around your neck. But they don't know how to work anything. They think it's a walkie-talkie. My mom's in the kitchen going, Marty, you want a sandwich? They don't know how to work anything, but they buy all the gadgets. My dad bought an iPhone, an iPad, and an iPod. I said, how do they work? He said, I forgot. 93-year-old man has an iPhone 6 Plus. Doesn't even know what call waiting is. Every time he hears the beep, my dad changes the battery in his hearing aid. They are clueless. They know how to work one gadget, the pill cutter. My mom's like a Benihana chef with that pill cutter. She can cut a steak in 12 seconds. Because that's their whole diet, pills. Like in the morning before breakfast, Ativan, Atican, Diavan. Before lunch, Lipitor, Lescor, Oscal. Before dinner, Klonopin, Neurontin, Prevacid, Plavix. You know what's for dessert? Metamucil. At night when they're getting to bed, not kidding, they take an Ambien for sleep and a Colace, the stool softener. So during the night they sleep like a baby. Nothing wrong with that one. So they called me up recently and they said, we're bored. During the night, they're bored. I said, you're bored? Go out and enjoy life. I said, join a club. They listen to me, they joined a club, it changed their life. It's called Costco. Any fellow members here? Greatest store in the world. Where else we can go to one place and buy a TV, a roasted chicken, 30 rolls of toilet paper, get free samples, and a hot dog and a Coke for $1.50. I heard you can buy a casket there. Do you know that? I didn't know you could buy a casket. The only thing is, you got to buy a dozen of them. But they don't have bags, right? They give me a strawberry box. I said, forget it, just put all my stuff inside of the casket. But I don't mind shopping, even with the lines, I like Costco. Because I don't want to go to Walmart. You know, I mean, there's a paradigm for efficient planning, Walmart. Let's build 30 cashier stations and hire 2 cashiers. Isn't that annoying? I complain to the manager, you know, he tells me we got the self-checkout. I said, I have no idea how to do that. He said, it's easy, just check yourself out. I'm glad I did, I found a lump. I love discounts. So you go to the dollar store? They got the dollar store, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar. We need a few more of these places. But they're all rip-offs. You know where I go? The 99-cent store. I'm no dummy. I make my own bargains. You got to be resourceful. Like I had to bring my coat to the cleaners. What do you think they want to get to clean a coat? $5, $14 they wanted, and my coat only cost $12. So I left, and then I remembered a friend of mine told me if you donate something to Goodwill, they clean and press it before they put it on the rack. I bought it to Goodwill, went back the next day, bought it back for $2. You ever see these cleaners with a sign in by 10, out by 5? I put my shirt at 10 a.m., I go back at 5, the guy goes Tuesday. So what about your sign in by 10, out by 5? He goes, oh, that's me. It's the old adage, if it sounds too good to be true, it is, right? Like I've written an article that said the best diet is to have sex after every meal. And I tried it. I got kicked out of IHOP. I had a friend who told me he was on 2 diets at the same time. I said, why would you be on 2 diets? He says, not enough food in one. I don't eat well, I'm always flying, you know. International flights, they still serve fruit. So I'm on Mexicana Airlines. You ever hear of Mexicana? They serve burritos and enchiladas. I have never been on a plane with so much turbulence. There was so much gas in that plane that every passenger was a flotation device. Working up in Canada. Don't you hate going through customs? So I'm working up in Canada, and they talk funny. What do they say after every sentence you get? Hey, how you doing? Hey, nice day, hey. But I had never been there, so I was not familiar with the lingos. So I'm going through customs, and the customs officer says, is that your bag, A? So I said, it belongs to my aunt, B. So he says, open it and let me see. So I said, the key is with my wife, D. He said, you're a wise guy, eh? I said, are we starting all over again? So I spent the night in jail. You know what strange. I always wonder who came up with all the phrases we use in our everyday language. You know, they don't make any sense. Here's one you hear all the time. It doesn't make any sense. He died unexpectedly. As opposed to what? Hey, Bill, you want to have lunch tomorrow? No, I'm going to be kicking off about 2 o'clock. No news is good news. What does that mean? Hey, I got great news. Really? What? Nothing. Who came up with the term training bra? As opposed to what? Letting him grow wild? Here's one you hear all the time. I love this one. Yeah, I'm going to hop in the shower. How come we never hop anywhere else? People hop in the shower, people jump in the shower. These people are in really good shape. You know what I do? I skip into the shower. It doesn't make... You ever get one of these guys? Oh, this milk is awful. Taste this. And we all say these things. Here's something we've all said. Everybody said this when you have company come over the house. Make yourself at home. Not a good idea. What if they did? What if they took off their underwear, threw it on the floor, and then hopped into the shower? What if you said, make yourself at home? They said, all right, get the hell out of my house. You know, I always wonder who came up with the terms for sex. Definitely a guy, probably a carpenter. Because you always hear things like nail, hammer, bang, screw. You never hear a woman go, man, I really got crocheted last night. That sticks him so hard he died unexpectedly. Hey, thanks a lot. Enjoy yourself.